Good evening, Randomania, and welcome back to the Legend of Zelda Pentaforce Tournament, the Swiss Round 1. I'm Darkbolts, and today's matchup is going to be Ellendar vs ta909. I hope everyone in chat is doing well today. So we are playing with the Pentaforce tournament rules, so that's going to be a 5 Triforce. Important items can be 9. Enemies are going to be plus or minus 2 HP, so very similar to what you've seen for the last couple days. Not too super familiar with Ellendar. ta909, however, is one of the best, so ta909 is one of the best, so it's going to be a very interesting run to see how Ellendar holds up to him. Alright, our seed is enrolled. We're looking like we're going to be underway momentarily. So when we start off, we're going to be looking for, first of all, we're going to be looking for our wood sword. That can be pretty much anywhere. Secondly, we'll be looking for some early levels, hopefully 1 and 2. Depending on how their enemy sets is, hopefully we're looking for relatively easy enemy sets. And thirdly, we're going to be looking for our mouse item. In this seed, the old men, we will not be able to understand what they're saying, so we're going to need that book. And we're just waiting on a couple behind the scenes technicalities, and then we'll be underway. I am not sure what sprite that is by TA. That's a new one for me. Kind of looks like ET. Wolfman, I am not sure if that is a Fred sprite. It looks kind of like ET to me. So chat, I'll throw this out to you. Where do you guys want to see these guys start today? What's your preferred starting screen in chat? And it looks like we are underway in the IRC, so we're going to be underway here momentarily. So we got the far left and we got the desert. Two good choices. I personally like to see the forest, and we are in the forest today. Right by the coast. So we'll see how this one open cave on the coast to check out. Ellendar going straight for the Armos though. And that looked like the any key on the coast, so that's going to be a nice key resource. And TA finds level 7, going to poke around a couple rooms and see what he finds. Ellendar, however, finds the letter, so he can get some potions. TA still digging around level 7, grabs a key for his efforts. Not going to be able to do much in terms of combat. Gets grabbed by a leg like. He's got to go back to the start. And TA dips out of 7 for now, might come back there later on once he gets a sword. And he is following Ellendar up into the forest. Ellendar heading over to Vanilla too, see what he finds over here. This step can be a little annoying to get back down. And at the top of the stairs is just an old man. As you can see, we cannot understand what he's trying to tell us. We won't know that until we get the book. See if TA also checks the level 2, and it looks like he is heading on over there. Ellendar finds another staircase underneath this armhouse, and it's just to take any roads. See where these lead us. Alright, one goes deeper into the forest. One goes right next door to that. And it's a very forest-heavy any road, so not too much help here today. So, I'm Mr. Incredible. To answer your question in chat, the Pentaforce Tournament, we have important items in level 9, and we only need 5 items to get into level 9. So we could have to go into level 9 to get the raft, for example, to get the silver arrows. And Ellendar finds his sword. So we might have to go into 9 to get something like the raft or the power bracelet, then leave level 9 to grab the silver arrows or the bow, for example, or possibly even the ladder. Just the Triforce requirement being 5 instead of 8. And it opens up the possibility of important items being in 9. And Ellendar finds a nice cheap bomb shop, only 16 rupees for some bombs, so I'm sure they'll both buy some of those. TA finds another old man underneath that staircase, so that means our almost item is either over in the grave or in the vanilla blue ring spot. TA finds the same store that Ellendar just passed through, decides not to buy anything yet. And just a 13 rupee secret in that cave by Ellendar, so not much going on. TA does not have the money for the bombs. That TA with a little fancy bit of a HUD clip, gonna be able to avoid all those Lionels and get around those screens with a little more efficiency. And there's TA picking up his sword, so they're both armed at just about 3 minutes in, so very nice early wood sword by both of them. Let's see what our Moblin HP is, because these are bomb droppers, so we want them to roll a little bit low on the HP side. Seems like they rolled about standard. Ellendar, unfortunately, taking a death before we could bomb that door open. And Ellendar is now in level 7. And I believe I do have a partner joining me momentarily. I'm going to have Narisha joining me on commentary. So get a second voice other than myself to listen to. And Ellendar is indeed digging through level 7 now that he's armed. So he's going to be looking for not only the Triforce, but hopefully an early item. But there are Wizrobes here, so it could be a little bit of a challenge. And after that Wizrobe death, Ellendar decides to say goodbye to level 7 for now. He might come back later on. Sees that any key on the coast. I'm pretty sure they'll both pick that up, depending on what the key resource is looking like later on in the seed. And I believe that is Narisha. How you doing today, my friend?
I'm doing good, Dark Halls. What do we got going on here?
Okay, so they both found that wood sword about 3 minutes in. There's the any key on the coast, and we've only found level 7, so not a huge amount yet. Mostly looking around the forest, not a ton of progress quite yet. So we got ta909, who is, the name of itself speaks for itself. And Ellendar, who is, I'm not sure if he's new to the scene, but it's a name I'm not super familiar with.
And ta909's found level 8. See how far he digs in here.
TA does find the compass though, so he knows exactly where the Triforce is. Not just a matter of can he get to it or not. He will have the resources to get to it.
Hey, getting that compass early in 8's really nice. You have 2 items, but it's still a large dungeon, so that'll help make this exploration a little faster.
And it does look like the path at the very least to the Triforce is open. We'll see if he has to fight a Goma, for example, to get it though.
Ellendar's making his way up to the waterfall cave.
No, and TA is actually blocked from getting the Triforce for now. Got to find a different path. We do have a spiral staircase there. TA looked at it and walked away, but it's going back over. Using the bubble straight advantage to get into that room, and he gets the red ring for his troubles. Huge pickup this early in the seed for TA.
Oh, definitely. That'll make taking on what we've seen, a couple of blue dark nuts in here, blue wizrobes if we see them, a whole lot easier, especially with the wood sword.
Absolutely, and with someone as skilled as TA is at combat, that's just going to go even all much faster. And Ellendar has found level 9 at the forest chute. And OPT Lawyer, thank you for that sub. Thank you for supporting Randomania, man. Ellendar heading down to the coast with 4 backup bombs to be able to open up these 3 caves. And TA is back in level 8 looking for the other item. And we find the blue boomerang on the white sword item.
Yeah, speaking of items, as ta909 picks up his Triforce out of 8, let's see if he decides to go look for the second item in here or just checks out, and he's out.
With that Triforce, you can always recorder back if he picks up the recorder at some point. It's not too far from the start. Ellendar, however, finding the lovely level 1.
That is a nice find early.
Yep, 2 items. One just going to be hanging out on the ground, one underneath the staircase. It does tend to be a little resource heavy at times, though. And these keys are 2 hits. And Ellendar heading over to the tip of the wings, and that's just some wizrobes, so probably won't deal with that yet. Ellendar, however, is going back into level 1. See if he digs around a bit more.
And 16 rupees for the bomb. That's not the worst price we've seen in this tournament by far, but it's a little pricey.
It's less than average. It's less than vanilla. And it doesn't look like TA found the armor item. I did not see what it was, though.
Looked like it was the heart container.
Yeah, he does have 4 hearts now, so that does make sense. Ellendar using 1 key to go to the tip of the head of the eagle, and he gets the bow for his shovel. That's huge for Ellendar.
Definitely like to see the bow early.
And now he does have one more item here. It's going to be hanging out on the ground. We'll see what it is. Actually, no, he has the floor item. He has the staircase item.
Yeah, with the reserves in here, you definitely happy to see that bow on the floor, not having to clear that room to pick your item up.
Since this is level 1, actually he doesn't have any bombs, so that wouldn't help him. But he would be able to bomb through pretty much any wall. But we might have a staircase in this room. And just a key, so that's not quite where it is.
That key will help us avoid, and as we find the staircase here, this should be the item.
Yep, there's no transports here, so this is definitely going to be our item.
And ta909's in 4, and we have a ladder block early here, possibly.
Pancakes are not playing kind to Ellendar. Gets around him, though, gets inside the staircase after getting eaten. And he grabs the books, that's going to give him some information. It's not going to really do a ton for him as far as offense or defense goes, but at least I have the knowledge at this point. Now, just where is that Triforce hiding in this level 1 now?
And we have beefy Stalfos over there on ta909's side.
Yeah, it seems like a lot of enemies rolled high in this seed. We'll see where TA decides to dig in this level 4. That's the map, so yeah, at least he knows that the Triforce isn't over there.
And Ellendar takes a death in 1, finds some blue land mullas. That's not the most friendly way to walk into a room.
No, blue land molars are the absolute worst. And we see the Triforce, though, so Ellendar will be done with this level 1. See where Ellendar decides to go at this point. ta909 finding the compass, so he'll be able to find that Triforce a little bit easier at this point now.
That's a really close compass, or Triforce, so that's nice.
Well, he still wants the item here, though, because the enemy set has been too terrible for him. Silvers and ladders are still large, so if he gets one of those, that's going to be good for him. And we do have a potential staircase room, as long as he doesn't take a bop. Alright, looks like the blue Dark Knights aren't that damaging. And we do have a staircase, we'll see what it is. And we had the raft in level 1.
That's level 4, but yes, we find the raft. That could come into play here in a little bit, as we haven't found... we found about half the dungeons at this point.
Found most of the bigger dungeons. We're still looking for some of the more manageable ones. TA grabbing his Triforce here in 4.
So 14 minutes and almost 15 minutes in, we've got 2 Triforces for ta909, 1 for Ellendar. We also have the bow for Ellendar. So nice start right out the gate as Ellendar stumbles into level 5.
And Norris, before we forget, I do want to give a shout out to our tracker behind the scenes, Laurie the Bunnykins. Laurie, thank you for your work. We appreciate you.
Definitely. Doing this without a tracker would be near impossible. We see ta909 heading up to the grave. We're going to get our first real look into Death Mountain up here, possibly.
We do have the hint shop, and he does have no money though, so gonna mark that down. Might come back there later on.
That's a good find. It's still, you know, you've got the book. Looks like the 3 big secrets are still at large, and there's the other hint shop right next door. Oh wow!
Yeah, so if you get some quick money, then that's just a quick save and up an A. You can go grab all 6 of those hints. Cooper, book was in 1, yes, and so was the bow. Yeah, it looks like ta909 might be heading up to Death Mountain for a little bit here. Early Death Mountain play, not a bad choice.
Yeah, with 2 bombs, now 1. Resources are limited up here, but you might stumble into a bomb shop or get a lucky bomb drop up here.
Well, with some of TA's skill too, he's very adept at bomb counting, so you can probably force a bomb or 2. So randomizer works the same way as vanilla does, where if you kill 9 enemies without taking a hit, if you kill that 10th enemy with a bomb, you'll get bombs in return. So that's what you see ta909 trying to do. He takes out that Octorok, gets a bomb in return. Veteran move by ta909 to continue exploring the Death Mountain area. And TA finds level 2 open in Death Mountain, so nice dungeon to find relatively early. 1 free item just hanging out on the ground, and the Triforce is usually pretty close as well.
This also tends to be a key-heavy dungeon, so you may walk out of here with anywhere between 5 to 10 keys, possibly.
And I think those blue wizards are quite squishy.
Squishy wizards, my favorite.
Those, however, are not fun to find. With the red ring, though, not too much of a challenge. There's his compass, so he knows where the Triforce is here in this level 2.
That definitely helps figure out which rooms you don't have to clear out to find your item. So that item in 2 will just be laying on the floor, or you will have to clear the room out to get it. Ellendar, with some money, decides to buy the arrows instead of going back and taking a look at the hints. Interesting choice at this point.
Well, he has seen Pulse Voice in dungeons, and he does have the bow, so that lets him take out those Pulse Voice really quickly.
So you could save, go pick up your 2 sets of hints, do your retries, and then go buy your arrows. A little bit more time, but that might be a huge advantage.
And he grabs a heart container and a pick any, so he's close to get that blue boomerang, but I doubt he'll go back and check that out. Tia's gotta be careful against the Land Mola. Takes 1 down. Gonna leave the room and re-enter. So Land Mola is dead now. And he sees a heart container eaten by a Gibdo. We'll see if he chooses to go after it or not. It looks like he's going to.
Nice veteran move there of hit the Gibdo, use the invincibility frames to grab the heart and get out of there without taking a death.
TA sees the Triforce. Gonna be looking for that other item though. And TA grabs the wand, so that's more offense. Not a required item, but definitely very nice to have.